Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Conqueror and I'm running late, so I apologize. This video is going to go up later than usual because I'll be honest, I was struggling last night and fell asleep and ended up oversleeping without putting up a video, so I apologize. But, yeah, we get you guys your videos. You guys know the deal. Now, I do need to address the poll. Now, last time I checked, the poll is very close as far as the community poll that I put up about whether or not you guys want to see me continue to try to stream Legends. It's very, very close. I think it was 55% no, 45% yes. And so, at this point, I think it's probably best to just take a break, you know, from streaming the game. I'm still going to be doing my daily uploads, but as far as streaming World of Warships Legends goes for the time being, we're just going to give ourselves a break from it. There's no reason to get so stressed out about a freaking video game. It's just not. It's not good for you, right? So I appreciate everybody hanging in and supporting me, but yeah, going forward for at least for the time being, we're going to put streaming Legends on hold, and we'll just focus on our uploads, and we'll still have other streams of other games here and there. You guys know the deal. We stream every Saturday with Jess for Farm Sim. We stream, I'm going to be streaming tonight with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So we have other stuff we are streaming, plus we started streaming the Fast Food Simulator the other day. You guys seem to enjoy that, so we'll probably be bringing that back at least for an episode 2 to see how you guys enjoy. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on the channel. Plus, on top of that, you guys know I've been like working my butt off in the gym trying to get in shape. We're doing everything we can to try to like put a lot on my plate, essentially. Like, I'm doing a lot of different things, a lot of what do they call that? Little sticks in the fire, that sort of thing. But anyway, one of the things about the Conqueror, we're just going to get into the game. One of the things about the Conqueror that a lot of people get wrong is that they get so used to using just HE. You get an opportunity like this, you have to load up the AP, man. You have to. And you can see fully that it is fully capable of removing any cruiser. If that was a battleship, it wouldn't have mattered. I'd have slapped him too. Now here you're going to see me damage con a single fire in a Conqueror, which is almost always a stupid idea, just because you have such a huge heal that it doesn't make any sense to damage con. But in the moment I was like, well, I'm not going to get spotted, we're fine. But the problem is, we do get spotted. And the GK is still over there, meaning his secondaries are going to start targeting me over the island. Now, I was hoping that this Michelangelo was just going to come around the corner and start allowing me to shoot him. He actually beaches himself on the island. So what you're going to see next is just what can only be described as a veteran player picking on somebody who's clearly not as good as they think they are. Like, he beaches himself on the island trying to avoid getting into a bad position, which is good. But at the end of the day, if you're able to spot somebody, that means you're also able to be spotted back. And the reason being is because the part that spots a ship is the highest point on your ship, which is the center mast. And we're going to shoot that, because in this game, it makes just as much damage for me as everything else. Plus, we get those chances of setting fires. And we get a fire with the front guns, and then he damage cons a single fire, thinking, oh, it's probably nothing, and then immediately gets hit with a double fire for his trouble. And because he's a cruiser, he most likely does not have the ability to have fight fire with fire. Right? So he's just going to sit here and burn. There's nothing he can do. And then the more HE that he gets hit with, the more chances he gets to have more fires, and the more damage we're going to get. Now, I want to give a shout out to our team here. Both sides of the map actually did their jobs pretty well in this. The only person I would say maybe chill a little bit will be this Kaba. This Kaba goes, I respect the hustle, man, but you gotta stay alive too, because you're the one person on the team that is capable of countering the enemy Shima, and that could come back and lose us the game if you get yourself killed, right? Now, as we come around this corner, this Bourgogne is ready to absolutely obliterate me. I am fully aware that he's at my broadside. I'm fully aware that he's got reload boosters. As you can see, I'm starting to angle away from him to try to make it as unlikely as possible that he's going to do a lot of damage. Bourgogne is one of those ships that, as long as you're not flat broadside to it, you really don't have to worry about the Bourgogne. It's not a scary ship unless you're broadside, right? That reload booster, those guns, like, if you're not broadside, they're gonna struggle, and that's just the way it is. Now, this gross occur first has a death wish, and so he's going to get it granted. As he pushes in, we slap his superstructure. He's going in. Our Musashi here has a beautiful angle on him, but is in danger as well. If he manages to not kill him, fortunately for the Musashi, he's got a lot of backup. But if he managed to not kill him in that situation, that could have been really, really bad for the Musashi. Now, at this point, we have the lead. We have 2 caps to 2 caps, so they're not getting any points on us unless they kill everybody. And if you look, both teams have done pretty much the exact same thing on the exact same, or the opposite flank. So on one side of each team, we had people just YOLO in like crazy and get themselves killed, which is not ideal, right? I think we can all agree that that's just not a good scenario. But as you can see, I'm starting to ping the map because we know that their cruiser and their battleship are both here. I don't know exactly where the cruiser ended up, but we know he's in the neighborhood. Bourgogne, again, to his credit, he is trying to angle, but you're against Conqueror, brother. There's no angling here. All right, these HE shells are going to pin pretty much everywhere on your ship. They're going to do damage. They're going to do fires. You're just not going to have a good time, right? And me, like I said, as long as I'm not flat broadside, I really don't have a lot to worry about for the Bourgogne. Now, as he gets this shot, we go dark, right? Again, he gets a little bit of damage there, but it's chunk damage. It's really not a big a deal. We're going to go ahead and take another shot at him. He is burning still, and he does do a decent job of managing his damage controls as well. But again, you can only do so much when you're on the receiving end of just nuclear shells from outer space. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Now, I want you to pay attention to the last known position of that Michelangelo that we know is over there. Bourgogne misses his shot. We get another shot out at the Bourgogne. Only hit 1 shell, but our guns are already in a good position to potentially shoot at the Michelangelo if he shows himself coming around the corner. And in fact, that's exactly what he does. And this next salvo can only be described as Conqueror things. This is literally thermonuclear warfare. Watch what happens to this man. Not only the fires, but the freaking damage and the amount of stuff that I break. This is Conqueror. Wait for it. Blunk. Triple fires, 6 pins, destroyed 1 torp tube, knocked out 2 other torp tubes, destroyed half the man's AA. Like, what do you want from me? This man's just got absolutely punished for just existing, right? Now, we get another shot over there, knowing that we just absolutely obliterated that man. He just damage conned. Get another shot. We get the permafire going. He smokes up thinking he's got what it takes, but unfortunately for him, we have a radar. And that radar gets him absolutely yeeted by our Musashi. So, again, I just want to give a shout out to the team, right? This flank played absolutely fantastically with the exception of the Cabo, who went balls to the wall against everybody that he saw. And now we have a situation where there's really no counter. We just used our radar against the Michelangelo, which, again, wasn't a bad play, but there's still a Shima out here. We got to be careful. So what I'm doing here is we have 1 battleship that's coming back to support me, which is great. The other 2 are in a crossfire situation on the other side. And what I want them to do is defend the caps, right? Like, the whole purpose, I couldn't get it to, like, ping the Charlie cap. I was trying to get them to, like, stay put and defend that. I'm coming over here to defend this cap to make sure that we keep the points lead, right? The only way the enemy wins this right now is by getting points on us. And the way they do that is by getting into the cap and denying us points or getting the cap themselves. But look at the damage that this thing can do. It is absolutely disgusting. And the Bourgogne gets set on fire, goes behind the island, and watch the turn that I'm about to make here. Notice that I went behind this island so that when I went for this turn, I didn't get into any trouble with islands or anything like that. But we're going to make the turn ahead of time because we're anticipating not only the Bourgogne, but also whatever battleships are back there. Turns out there's a main and a Yamato back there in the back. Plus, the Shima's somewhere, but we haven't had to worry about Shima so far. So, as we turn, we're already aiming. We know the guy's going to come around the corner. It's predictable. And again, this is just paying attention. What is their only way to win right now? Is to kill us to get points or to deny us points and get into the cap. So, putting ourselves between the cap and our enemy is huge. And you can see he's going to do damage to us, but again, we have big heals. We have 2 more heals, and I'm going to be able to do so much more damage to him each salvo than he's going to be able to do to me in return. Now, if he aimed better and he aimed higher up on the ship, got superstructure and upper side plating, maybe he gets a little bit better. But this guy was not about it. Plus, Burgun, not known for its accuracy. You can see, like, the amount of damage that I'm able to do to him compared to what he's doing to me. And now we've got him on permafire, double fire. He is going to die. Somebody does try to snipe my kill, which is annoying. But it is what it is. There was nothing else to shoot at. The guy's dead. That's all that matters. Now we have a points lead and a cushion. That is beautiful. Now, as the main starts pushing in here, we end up in a situation where these guns are so slow turning that sometimes you end up, like, out-turning by trying to aim. Like, you out-turn your turret's ability to aim. But as we start raining the thermonuclear warheads on top of the main, he goes ahead and damage cons a single fire. Now, how many times have we talked about damage conning a single fire when somebody's still able to set you on fire? It's almost always a bad idea and will almost always immediately make you pay with getting a double fire against you. Wait for it. Okay, I forgot. He was still on damage control. It's fine. But I can guarantee on the next shot, he's at least getting a single fire, if not a double fire. So as he comes around the corner, Musashi gets a good hit on him. He's not worried about showing me a little bit more angle because I'm shooting AG at him, which is what I should be doing at this range. But as you can see, we do end up getting the double fire. And now the best part is, I don't want to shoot him again. Good chance he has fight fire with fire, unlike the Michelangelo. So, fortunately, the Yamato over here decides he wants to start shooting his guns at people. So now I've got another target to shoot at. So I don't have to worry about triggering the man's fight fire with fire. And we start working on the Yamato instead. And again, the amount of damage and the fires that are capable of being set by this thing is absurd. Always has been, always will be, as we pick up our 3rd kill of the lobby. And with Yama over there on fire again, you can see that he gets smacked again by the Musashi. And we are just going to sit over here behind the smoke screen that the Shima has set in front of us. And we are going to put ourselves in a position to farm this Yamato and take as much of his health as possible, getting another permafire on him. And the Musashi, I believe, is going to finish him off. Now, we know that the Shima is in the smoke screen ahead of us. We know that he's firing his guns at the Musashi, trying to kill him. And so we are going to take a blind shot here. I think I aimed this a little bit too high. You can see I kind of adjusted my aim a little bit, but I got really bad dispersion there anyway, which in this situation isn't the worst because sometimes you want those shells to spread out when you're shooting at a hidden target that you're not 100% sure where they're at, because a lot of times you'll get one of those shells, and if you get an impact, then you can almost guarantee to hit the next one. But the Shima, he's gonna get out of the smoke and he's gonna run to the right. We know this because in a moment, now that we're not spotted anymore, we are going to get spotted as he leaves the smoke screen. And the only place that he could go without being spotted would be backwards, right? So he's leaving the smoke screen towards the right. And so we are going to continue to put our bow in the direction of the Shimakaze. The game is almost over on points. The game is almost over on time. He gets a salvo of torps at the Musashi. Musashi, fortunately, does manage to dodge. And so he lives. And then, of course, in true Destroyer fashion, at the last possible second, the little turd waffle's going to fire his guns and get spotted, but it doesn't really matter because it's just, I don't know why Destroyers do this. It's like they tease you. It's like, what is the point? You're not getting any more damage really out of it, but firing your guns at the last second is just stupid, and it makes no sense, but every Destroyer player does it. Like, he's full health, he's got 20,000 hit points, and yet he still waits around and does that. But what do I know? Either way, it was a great game in the Conqueror. 240,000 damage again, top of the leaderboard, almost 3K base. Musashi, shout out to him, coming in second with 2,503 kills. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you guys enjoy what we did? And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.